Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Dee and this is Market Stalkers. If you sort of landed on here by accident, I've been a professional futures trader since about 2013, and this channel is all about making you into a better trader, both by helping you overcome your issues, but also by demystifying professional strategies that involve seemingly scary concepts such as the auction process and order flow. If that's something you're interested in and you want to know more about, then please consider clicking on that subscribe button. Today, the topic of this video is something that's been plaguing retail traders for many years, and that's what the hell is order flow? Now, when you break it down properly from the beginning, really order flow is nothing more than looking at how successful or unsuccessful the move is. Let's get into it. Order flow trading. The name itself implies that this has something to do with the flow of orders, and immediately in about 90% of traders who aren't familiar with it, their mind goes straight to that cancerous, horrible thing that is known as the time and sales window, with a ton of random orders getting executed in the speed of light in front of you. Is that order flow? Well, it is orders that are flowing, but it isn't actually order flow. So order flow is based on something called the auction theory. So first and foremost, order flow today probably has about three quite well-known concepts. We've got supply and demand as the first concept that focuses on larger time frames. Then we have the second concept called market profile that focuses on a 15 or 30-minute periods. That one has been around since the 80s and is probably the most proven concept of evaluating the market intraday when applied correctly. And finally, the third concept is the footprint charts. Footprint charts is an invention of the same people who make Market Delta platform, and it's the newest addition to the order flow concepts. However, although I have nothing against the platform itself, speaking as an active professional trader, I'm not really in favor of footprint charts at all, because it robs you of your free time and drags you back to that same issue of gluing people onto the screens for hours and hours on end, waiting to kind of spot some institution placing their orders. So you can't actually walk away from the screen, and to me, that's my version of hell. I would definitely not be a trader for this many years if I had to do that on a daily basis. And if you disagree, feel free to fight me in the comments. But anyways, my opinions aside, all three of these order flow methods have the same primary goal: to identify and locate where the large institutional players have made their mark. And this implies not just any mark, any kind of cluster of big orders that may have flashed up once and then disappeared, never to be seen again, but instead it's the orders that are having a large visible impact on the price. And how? Well, they do that by creating a large sustained move in one direction. Sustained being the operative word here. Now, a lot of the intraday order flow traders will try and completely shun the candlestick chart. I'm not like that. I'm not a purist in that regard. There's a very simple way to see these large moves and to see who won the auction process just by looking at the actual candlesticks. And yet a lot of the order flow guys, they try to kind of remove the time component from that process, and to me, that's not a very good thing, because time is a very important element in determining if the move that you are observing happens slowly or maybe too quickly to be sustained for a longer period. And yet, I don't know, maybe due to the branding or something, a lot of order flow educators only focus on
their way or no way.
I have no such issues. I'm a futures trader whose primary concern isn't branding, but instead is performance, consistency, and results. I'm actually known in the industry as someone whose trading style is very pedantic, very orderly, and very consistent. And the way I achieve that is not by just blindly sticking to one single concept, but eventually by evolving my own approach. I've gone through many years of honing my style of trading, which I also now teach to others as a part of my Market Stalkers professional development program. I find that any strategies based solely on tape reading, they're not only highly subjective, but I find that they simply don't bring the same type of consistency. Because, as humans, we only have a limited amount of focus, and when that focus starts to slip, so does our decision-making process. We become less objective. And honestly, there are better ways in this day and age to determine if a move was successful or not, apart from making your eyes bleed from staring at the time and sales for 12 hours a day. And in trading, there's definitely such a thing called overkill. Why would anyone choose to actively stare at real-time orders over a candlestick chart that will actually give you a much better clue over what's happening? I'll just never get that. In order for a real move to happen, you do need to have large orders that keep coming in. That part is definitely true. That move that resulted from those large orders, it has to remain into the period close. So whichever candle period you're noticing the larger move on, that move actually has to be sustained. So if that's what we're looking for, why not just look at a simple composition of an engulfing pattern that usually exists when these things are happening, let's say using a 30-minute time frame, instead of losing your eyes on real-time orders, which, by the way, becomes very difficult as your eyes start to falter when we age, like some of us. So, candlesticks already give you that information. Who won and has the price reversed? It's the same type of information, but much easier on your psyche and on your eyes. I actually have another concept that you can use, and that's looking at how strong or weak was the actual pattern itself. I have a whole candlestick workshop on both Skillshare and Udemy that explains yet another one of these proprietary concepts of mine, looking for versions of strong versus weak patterns. So now that you know that order flow is really about that, let's talk a little bit about the auction process itself. Again, the auction process, it's one of those big words that, sounds really complex and it scares many traders away, purely because it has its own meta language. But once you learn the basic terminology behind the auction process, things actually become much simpler and very, very, very logical. The auction process needs to have a basic reference of some sort, by which you will be able to determine whether the move you're observing belongs to one of the following 3 conditions. A move that is successful and confidently sustained. Number 2 is a move that is successful but slower. Or number 3, a move that is unsuccessful. They tried to take it to some new level, they failed. They popped out, they came back. Each of these conditions will carry a particular trade execution strategy with it and the type of setup that is quite glaringly obvious at that point. And again, candlestick patterns can come to our rescue. There's a very easy way to pair up these ideas of, successful versus unsuccessful auction just by using 30 or 15-minute candlestick patterns. Not chart patterns, those are just like ink stains, but candle patterns. 2 to 4 candles usually in a cluster, so totally different thing. Oh, and by the way, if you're liking the video, then show me. Smash the like button, because that really helps our channel a lot. It's also one of the completely free ways that you can support the channel, clicking on the like button, commenting, along with watching the ads in full. I know, very annoying. But that all helps us to have a bit of a budget for these videos so that we can keep making new useful content for you. Anyways, back to the subject at hand. Now, I mentioned you need some kind of a reference for the auction. The most standard reference you can have for this is the first hour of trading, which usually is the noisiest part of the session. So while many people really itch to try and trade it, I say avoid it for the most part. And this is all part of the auction theory. So the first hour of trading is actually called the initial balance range. In the simplest way possible, after the initial balance has been established, so you're not supposed to touch anything until the initial balance is over, then you will have the reference range by which you can determine whether the move you're seeing happening now goes outside of that initial balance, how quick, how far, or even whether it returns to the initial balance. So all of that tells you a very valuable information of whether the move had a successful auction or an unsuccessful auction. And that, my lovely present and future market stalkers, that is order flow. And of course, this is a simplification of these concepts because you have many subsets and setups relating to different parts of the auction process. As you start learning about these new eye-opening concepts, you begin to realize that this way of trading moves you away from using your sixth sense.
I see dead people.
and instead pulls you back to real-time events without the need to consult the time and sales window where, I mean, let's be completely realistic. Coming up with anything remotely systematic or objective on the time and sales just goes right out the window. The time and sales window. And you know what that does, especially for novice traders, is it causes mental pressures, overtrading, anxiety, self-limiting beliefs start kicking up, basically making trading as enjoyable as sticking pins in your eyes. If you stare at the time and sales window long enough, you can almost feel like each order poking you in the eye, creating another broken capillary. So I, on the other hand, aim to make trading an easier Zen-like activity that frees up your time for other things, even if you plan on being a full-time trader. Because being a full-time trader really doesn't mean you should be trading 8 hours a day. In 99% of the cases, it's actually quite the opposite. It actually causes many people to start imagining things that are just not there. Because again, this is the nature of the human brain. We start to see patterns in everything. Trading should be an activity that creates opportunity for more resources and less worry. It shouldn't be another cause of stress in your life. And if it is, you're definitely not doing it right. When you know how to put the right puzzle pieces together, that journey of learning to be a consistent and responsible trader can be a lot shorter and smoother than someone who's trying to learn on their own without the help of any experienced traders and mentors who have been there, made all the mistakes, and came out of the other side of the tunnel a lot wiser, and of course willing to share our experiences so that you can minimize the bumbling around with moving average and RSIs before finally seeing the light of order flow trading. I've said this before, there's a very good reason why order flow remains the most commonly used tool of professionals, because even if you just know the sheer basics, it already massively improves your skills almost immediately. Now, if you want to start with the proper order flow use, I do teach the basics of my approach on Udemy and on Skillshare. Now, my approach is quite different because I have a number of proprietary concepts that you won't actually find anywhere else, all in a bit to improve the timing and accuracy of your trading decisions. Order flow can be discretionary and sort of wishy-washy on the levels and entries, but the way I use order flow is very systematic because I don't do wishy-washy, okay? I find it very uncomfortable. So I took all of my experience and my own inventions and I blended it into one big cohesive methodology that I teach in the professional development program. To find out more, have a look at the links below this video. I have a free webinar where I talk about my method, a little bit about my background, and I also show you an example of a live trading setup towards the end, along with a big discount on the Bronze Pro Development Program membership. That's it for now. Feel free to check out some of these videos that might be of interest. They also deal with similar issues. Until next time, I'll see you guys very soon.